It's over. And when he's got his hand up like this, as I said earlier, the hands are up. It's not gripping the gun, it's loose. But when he goes in like this, the pistol grip is tight. Heather Williams, crime lab, she testified that the gun works. I have no dispute regarding that. Detective Krieger, he was in the passenger seat of Moretti's car, pepper sprayed, did not get his ID, didn't ask him about the gun, just told him to go home. Kristen Harris, Rundown Live, stated the video, we showed the video to start this, clearly depicting Mr. Rosenbaum standing there at Car Source 2 shortly after the dumpster, standing there with his chain, the shirt tied up over his head. Mr. Baker says it's impossible for him to have threatened my client. That's garbage, just like his case. And Mr. Baker makes so much out of him one time saying, stay on your property. My client has as much right to go anywhere in downtown Kenosha as anyone else. Just as the rioters did, and as he walks out to see if anybody wants medical help, he's not doing anything wrong. He's not doing anything to provoke anybody. Detective Antaranian, the juxtaposition of him and Howard, as I said, he is the one who talks about what he sees in the video, totally different. As you see, why did Mr. Rosenbaum go behind that car, 2 cars over from the Zeminskis? What was he doing over there? Why was he doing over there? And why does he come out as soon as Kyle comes down the road? Because they were going to ambush him. They had set it up, and I'll show you the video. James Armstrong. The only thing I can say about James Armstrong is, okay, that's interesting. But what I'd like to say about his photographs, his knowledge of what he did, and some of the statements that the state has made regarding it is, what he did for those 20 hours is hocus pocus, and he makes an exhibit that is out of focus. And that's what the state is relying on. The picture does not make sense. As I showed earlier, it has Kyle shouldering the gun in the left shoulder. If he has it in the left shoulder, his back would be to the drone. The drone is moving around, and that changes the focal point. He's right-handed, that's where it goes. You'd see it across his chest. But no, they need him to have somehow pointed a gun at the Zeminskis. I don't for a minute concede he did, but we know that Mr. Zeminski has been armed all evening. How would pointing a gun at Mr. Zeminski provoke Joseph Rosenbaum, who, according to the state, earlier in the case, they didn't even know each other? But I think they had to run away from that because there's so many pictures of them together. Mr. Armstrong's photograph, testimony, it took 3 days and 20 hours worth of work to come up with that picture. Went from color to black and white, and he admitted he never compared it to the original photograph. Still shot. Didn't take into consideration the fact that the drone was moving. The word peer-reviewed, state has said. Peer-reviewed is an independent